Thanks for joining us here at Sportingbet again. It is, of course, the Cheltenham Countdown, joined again by Neil Channing, professional punter, professional poker player extraordinaire, and, of course, the man who heads up the Betting Emporium. Now, Neil, before we move on to stuff today, we're going to look at a couple of races, but our Connor was the first tip that you put to our punters.
What a great tip.
Well, we're in a bit of a mess at 5-1. Can I get you out of our bet now? Do you want to?
You certainly cannot, Russ. You certainly cannot. I noticed that you lily-livered bookmakers. You cut it to 9-2. I'm telling you, you should be running for the hills, mate. You've made a massive brick here. There's I've had another look because I'm so confident. Those two Irish horses, Annie Parrott and Dessous, there is no chance of them lining up in the Champion Hurdle. Petite Zig is not going to run. This is going to be a 6 or 7 runner race. As soon as we finish this video, you're going to lay me some more 9-2 each way. If you didn't get on the first time round, take the 9-2 each way with Sportingbet. Non-runner, no bet. I promise you this is the best bet you'll have on the festival.
I'm not sure I like the sound of that anymore, but yeah, that was the first video that Neil did. We're going to look at a couple of other races today, but specifically where the Betting Emporium is concerned, you've been looking at a few races at the moment. What's kind of on your radar at the moment that maybe we can start pinpointing today?
Well, what we're doing with Betting Emporium, just to recap that, is we're if you just want to test it out and see what it's like, it's 30 quid a day during the festival. So if you buy on the Tuesday and I put some winners up, presumably you might come back with your winnings on the Wednesday. Hopefully I'll get some winners on the Tuesday. Or you can do the whole week for 99 quid. Now, what we're doing with that, I don't want to give away too much stuff for free because obviously some people have paid already. I was hoping this week to put a really juicy tip up. And I don't know about you, some people seemed very sad when Sprinter Sacra pulled out of the Queen Mother Champion Chase. I was actually licking my lips because I thought this is going to be a great betting opportunity with half the field in the Ryanair running over to the Champion Chase and leaving us some juicy tidbits in the Ryanair. So I've had a really good study of the Ryanair, and I'm going to put some stuff up on Betting Emporium later in the week for subscribers only, though. So get your credit card out.
Well, that's a fair point there. So get to the Betting Emporium, head over there, www.bettingemporium.com, and you can actually see what Neil is up to there for the Ryanair. Now, let's focus about the Champion Chase, because we're going to give something away here at Sportingbet today for the viewers and the new punters as well. Sprinter Sacra's out. It doesn't look like a great renewal now. We've got Cider Grugy at the top of the market. We were 7-4. There's a bit of 5-4, 6-4 in the market. A little bit of 2-1. And then we've got a whole string of horses that may run the Champion Chase, the likes of Beneficence. They may run in the Ryanair, Alpha Off. Where do you see it at the moment as a great punting opportunity? Because it is a race that's got a lot of confusion about it.
Well, I came in this morning thinking, I'll tell you what I'm going to do for Russ. I'm going to give him a nice bet each way in the Champion Chase. And it is a bit tricky because, like you say, there's horses that are doubly entered. I think Beneficent and Alpha Off will probably go for the Ryanair. And maybe the field in the Champion Chase, might be a bit depleted. Maybe a couple of others from the Ryanair will come over, possibly Bailey Green, possibly Module. But I think, for bookmakers, the more I looked at the race, the more I thought, I fancy being a bookmaker in this race. And I looked at your prices overnight, and I thought, Sportingbet have got this all wrong. What are they doing? They're going 7-4. This Cider Grugy, this is a horse that its last 4 runs have been right-handed. Its 2 previous runs at Cheltenham have been very disappointing. It's got lots of wins at places like Kempton, Ascot, Newbury, big old flat tracks, galloping tracks. Have you ever been to Cheltenham, mate? Have you ever stood at the bottom of that hill and looked up? This place is up, and this is like going on a roller coaster. I don't think Cider Grugy is a Cheltenham horse. I certainly, you can't fault what it's done this year. It's beaten everything put in front of it. It's done, it's been...
Teak Tough always seems to perform.
It's a tough, nice horse. But don't forget, we're going to have fast ground for this festival. If you haven't factored that in, you should start factoring that in. This is going to be, the ground's going to be called good to soft at the start. They're going to have to water. It's ludicrous, isn't it? Half the country's just about getting the sandbags back in the shed, and they're going to be watering the course at Cheltenham. And this horse, I can't really, it's a slogger that's been slogging since October around, the likes of Sandown, Kempton and Ascot, and Cheltenham's going to be a different kettle of fish. You guys are mental if you don't try and lay this. I'm going to lay this. I'm going to put my bookmaker hat on. I'm going to lay it at a popular betting exchange. You don't need to do that, you lucky Sportingbet people. So I've persuaded you, I think.
Yeah,
If
you
anyone doesn't agree with me and fancies backing Side of Grugy, I understand that you guys are now going to go crazy and be best price.
Well, what we're saying is that we believe in you. We believe in Neil Channing. We think he's got a good view of this race. We think this Side of Grugy is now worth taking on. We're going to forget the 7 to 4. We're going to push it out to 9 to 4 now for everybody.
9 to
watching.
4?
Yeah. I mean, it's a great price.
Well, I
Neil.
made a big case
It's a big-
against it. I'm going to have a look at it now.
It's bordering an arb. You're going to be able to come on and have a decent bet on this horse. We're not going to lay for fortunes to every individual. We're going to try and let everyone get on. But it's certainly going to be there for the next few days at 9 to 4.
Now,
So if you want to take over
the one thing I would say is the fact that I don't fancy the favourite doesn't mean I'm queuing up to back the second or third favourite. I'm not a massive fan of Arvika Legionnaire. This is a horse that jumps right-handed. I wouldn't be an enormous fan of Captain Conan, a big scopy horse with a rounded action from the Nicky Henderson yard that's got some problems at the moment. I think we're right for an upset in the race, and I'm going to dig out a big priced each-way alternative, but I'm afraid I'm going to keep that for Betting Emporium subscribers.
Okay, that's a great little summary there of the Champion Chase. Obviously, if those of you interested in the Ryanair and also maybe some of Neil's tips for the Champion Chase as well, go to www.bettingemporium.com. We're going to be here back at Sportingbet soon. Remember, it's www.sportingbet/Cheltenham for the Cheltenham Countdown. For now, though, Neil's forced us to go 9 to 4 Side of Grugy for the Champion Chase. Make sure you log on and take advantage of that one.